Meghan Markle and Prince Harry call for an end to structural racism in the United Kingdom, and Harry reveals his awakening. I would have no issue with these words if they were coming from Meghan, because these are Meghan's words. This is not Harry. This is Meghan. What Harry, quote, Harry and Meghan said. Prince Harry spoke of his awakening around racial issues in the UK and the world. The royal said society has been created by white people for white people. What is white people exactly? Because we're going to look at demographics and the demographics of London. And the white British have declined 15% in London. The white Irish have declined 20%, but white other have increased 73.82% in London. What's white other? I'm white other. Okay, I'm Polish. That's going to be Eastern European and whatnot. But the total amount, this is 2011. We're about to hit the 2021 census. 2011 census, what quote white British were 59.79%. Okay, 60% of the population. They're going to be, and they declined in total 4.23% over the previous period. Oh my God, that's not true. White total went from 71% to 60%. So if the same, that's 11%. So if another 11% gets shaved off this 59%, we're going to be, the UK, London is going to be at 48% white total. Okay, and white is a pejorative term. That should be considered a slur. That should be considered a slur. Okay, so the royal said society has been created by white people for white people. So basically what he's saying is the United Kingdom, which was just 100% British people, they created and they designed, developed, and constantly managed a society entirely peopled by them, and they benefited from that. This is nonsense. Let's apply this to any country. Pakistan. So Pakistan was created, managed, and designed by Pakistani people, and Pakistani people benefit from it. Oh, that's horrible. Is it? Is it? It's what other result are you going to expect? The 35-year-old London said London doesn't feel as diverse as it actually is. Well, it's less than 50% of the people living in the greater London area are original British. And that even includes Irish, and Irish are not original British. So literally total original British, and it's their country, is going to be around 33%. 33% original British. I don't know what you're smoking. Harry defended Diversity's performance on Britain's Got Talent. That's great, okay. But if you say, if you even say, well, I don't even care for that performance, you'll be accused of bigotry. So it's like arguing with the 2-year-old. We live in cancel culture. Meghan Markle said the couple were being kept on their toes with baby Archie. Baby Archie is not with them. He is not. We never see him. We see the dogs. The dogs keep popping up everywhere. In every video, the dogs keep popping up, but we never see Archie. The Duchess called peaceful BLM protests beautiful. I think the murder count is 35, and every single person murdered by BLM, not every single one. Now, there's a lady murdered in my city. She was a white lady with her child, and she was engaged to a Latino man, but she didn't say exactly the right things, and they ran ahead and they shot her in the head in front of her small child. So these peaceful, quote, peaceful BLM protests are beautiful, and America is turning against those who support these protests because they're not beautiful. Harry referred to his, quote, job traveling around the world and visiting communities. Okay. The couple penned a piece for the Evening Standard to mark Black History Month. Okay. So this is Harry's awakening. Harry has had an awakening. Here's another article. Prince Harry lashes out at the UK, shutting the doors of his return forever. I'm wondering if Meghan is actually trying to make it so Harry can never return and be a royal. There's been a response to all of this wokeness, Harry's wokeness. I actually, expect Meghan to speak like this, but Harry speaking like this, I'm just going to read you what Kate Middleton's uncle says. Kate Middleton's uncle tells Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to shut the F up and brands them, quote, Muppets craving attention. Oh, we have to read this. In the now deleted LinkedIn post, the brother of Carol Middleton blasted, quote, with so much stuff going on in the world, still these two Muppets are craving attention. Please shut the F up and bring up their child and stop talking, let alone demanding. Harry, you have lost our love and respect. Meghan, you are a wrong un. Now hush, please. We're kind of busy saving lives and an economy. This 55-year-old spoke out after Harry and Meghan called for an end to structural racism, exactly what we're talking about, in the UK in a Zoom interview from their new £11 million home in Santa Barbara, California. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Do we have Prince Harry having an awakening? He looks very woke here. I mean, he looks completely washed out. Meghan, look at how strong Meghan looks. She looks strong and solid, and he looks almost like a spirit. He looks washed out, confused, holding back his words. I want to look at Harry's awakening. And the issues around this. The issues around their recent interview with that paper. Meghan says BLM is beautiful. Most Americans don't agree. And Kate Middleton's uncle is saying, shut the F up. You're just Muppets craving attention. And 75% or more of the British people agree that this has nothing to do with royalty, and they're just it's just noise and a problem. So has Harry had an awakening, or is he Meghan's Muppet? You know, she moves his lips. Harry's awakening. We have Harry having an awakening, or is he Meghan's Muppet? She's just in control of him. Star Bethlehem is very spiritual, got an awakening in the context of his solid relationship, his rooted family relationship. And so his solid foundation, let's see, 13, 23, 6 clubs. It's all about his marriage. Okay, this awakening is firmly founded in his marriage. So Meghan's definitely helping out with his awakening. Then we have 2 spades here. We have blocked. He's blocked and cut off from his family. He's like Plato. He's been reshaped into an entirely new person that even he would not recognize. I mean, he was a very happy-go-lucky,
guy, a very alpha kind of male, in the military and loving that kind of thing, loves to drink and chat with his friends, his blokes, and that's all gone. Now he's sometimes vegan, uh, and he's just virtue signaling all over the place. Everybody's bad, and he's good, even though he slipped into a Nazi uniform for Halloween one year. Okay, so he's blocked, and it's the old Harry is just dead. He's completely cut off from who he was, and the old Harry is dead. That says to me, hostage. And Piers Morgan called for the SAS to do a military hostage rescue mission, and I called for a military Navy SEALs to go in and rescue him. But of course, in England, it's the SAS. Here, it's the Navy SEALs. And I'm currently reading a book by a Navy SEAL. Very interesting book. So what do we have in the future here? Mustard seed, a new planting, an idea. 3 blackbirds, very clever talking about ideas. And, working real hard to put the money in their pocket. Scourge and cornucopia. Cornucopia is money. It's the card of money. Working it real hard, huckstering real hard. So the plan is the new, very clever talking and messages, and to put money in their pocket. So this says to me the old Harry is gone, and he's dead, and he's completely cut off and blocked. It's like these 2 cards are like the devil, where the beast thing is holding the woman and the man in chains, and they just can't get away. That's what that is. And the foundation of this transformation, the cards are explaining well. So Harry's awakening is founded specifically by his relationship with Meghan. And it's a whole bunch of clever talking to put money in their pockets. Let's ask it a different way. Let's put Harry here, because Harry's here, being pushed out of the frame, and Meghan here, Harry and Meghan. Is Meghan, is she completely in control of Harry? Or are these Harry's thoughts and ideas? Because if these are Harry's thoughts and ideas, he's a very different person than everyone thought he was for the past 36 years. Okay, and where did this person come from? Where did this angelic virtue signaling, heavy drinking, non-vegan, person who sleeps around, where did this person come from? Because no one saw this coming. And I think even Harry didn't see this coming. So is Meghan in complete control of Harry, or are these Harry's thoughts? We're just asking it a different way. Harry, Meghan. I noticed the king energy is on Meghan's side. Meghan is wearing the pants. She is leading the direction. And it's out of the royal family. 13 and 13, 26. She's imposing it. 7 diamonds. Imposing this direction. She's leading and imposing this direction away from the royals. Harry, we have Mercury talking. We have the karmic relationship. And we have transformed by the relationship. 14, 23, 6 clubs. The rooting is 6 clubs. It's all about the relationship. So yeah, she is controlling him by isolating him and cutting him off, and she's just in complete control of him. And that's the question I'm asking. She's in complete control of him. But look how red his side is. He is, he's Patty Hearst. He feels he has great loyalty to her. Okay, and the scapegoat is mirroring the 8. Oh, that's interesting. The scapegoat is mirroring the water into wine. Water into wine is a great deception card, because water is not wine. So it's representing something that is not as something else. Scapegoat is the card of illness, and it's mirroring the water into wine. And this direction, the direction card, is mirroring the karmic relationship. And the leadership card, the king, is mirroring the talking. She's in absolute control of him, and it's not well. It's sick. The scapegoat is the card of illness, and it's blaming. Scapegoat is all about blaming and putting blame on someone else. So this card also says that she's blaming him. Up here we have, in front of all the people, hand in hand, butterfly. The butterfly literally was an ugly caterpillar, and it's transformed. It crawls out of the cocoon and spreads its wings and becomes a butterfly. So transforming, this adds 2 diamonds, 6, 2 diamonds, committed to transforming in front of all the people. And then we have the other transformation card. So the Harry that we're seeing now, this woke Harry, is a completely transformed person, unrecognizable as the previous Harry, literally unrecognizable. Transformed, karmic shift, huge change because of the close relationship, and very sudden. 3, 2 clubs, no, ace of clubs, this new planting, these new messages because of the close relationship and a transformation. So, yeah. She's in complete and absolute control of him. He's her Muppet. He's a puppet. He's a Muppet. Is Meghan trying to make it impossible for Harry ever to return to the royals? And that would be, that's vindictive. That's just mean. That's just destructive. Okay, but we have even the mainstream media just directly saying it, and I read it to you. Okay, and maybe I'm not sure if this is even coming out of Harry's mouth, that maybe he can't ever return. He's so trapped. He's so helpless that he feels that he can't return. And the royals are not, sending the SAS. They're not, pulling him out and deprogramming him. They're not doing it. They're just letting him, they're just giving him more rope. Okay, and saying, oh, I can't believe you said that. Well, at some point, stop giving him rope and start pulling the rope back in. Pull it in. Because, I think Charles was ordered to divorce Diana, and the Queen can do this. She can say, okay, that's enough. Harry, I want you to divorce Meghan. Is Meghan trying to make it, is she literally, vindictively, horribly trying to make it impossible for Harry to return to the royals? Because that is what's happening. Is she doing it on purpose? Devil. My goodness. Couldn't get a clearer. Is she intentionally, vindictively? The devil will do anything. The devil will lie. The devil is sexually immoral. The devil will steal. The devil will murder. The devil will do anything. Acting very opportunistically. Ace of Hearts is in your best interest. Okay? Devil is nothing in your best interest. Everything, and malicious and nasty and doing everything to hurt you. Okay, so we have these 2 cards together. So she's convinced him that this is for him, and she's acting very opportunistically. 5 and 11, 16, 4 spades. Your death, your transformation, your death and resurrection to a new life, Harry, is for your best interest. But it's devil energy. It is literally only for Meghan. Only Meghan is going to benefit, and there is going to be nothing left of you, my son, my wayward son. What's underneath? Manifesting over the long term, working everything together. 13, 23, 26, imposing her will, and over the long term, working everything together. So over and over and over, these cards are saying that Meghan is in complete control. She's imposing her will, and just, and here we have, this adds 26, 7 diamonds, imposing the will, death, and Harry's cards show relationship, the marriage. So we have Kate Middleton's uncle blasting Harry and Meghan Markle. He said, direct quote, he said, "Shut the F up. And these Muppets are just craving attention." He called them Muppets. He's demeaning them. Okay, and when it's about to get real and we're about to step outside, that's how I talk to people. You want to talk? You want to go outside? I start calling them things like Muppets. Okay, that's how you talk right before you start throwing hands. So did the royals put Middleton's uncle up to this? Because they're all talking. Kate Middleton, in a healthy relationship, Kate Middleton's talking to her uncle. And she's like, just telling how upset she is about all this nonsense. Okay, and that's different. Talking about it is different than putting him up to it. Hey, why don't you do this? Meghan, you could say that Meghan put Omid Scobie up to writing Finding Freedom. She literally sent him her diary and said, "I'm going to make you a star. You're going to be this great author of this best-selling book, and you're going to get all the money. It's going to make you a lot of money. I'm not even going to ask for any of the money, and we're just going to say you wrote it." That's putting someone up to something. So did the royals put Kate Middleton's uncle up to these statements that they can't say? They can't go around saying stuff like that. But Kate Middleton's uncle can, and we know he's directly associated. Did they put him up to it? Did they put him up to it? Woman, Kate Middleton, it's her uncle. Rooted relationship, 23, 24, 6 spades. Incubus, succubus. Woman exposed, So Kate Middleton is behind this. This is her uncle. The uncle is the brother of her father. So she was, So they concocted a plan to do this. Secretly, sweet appearance, secretly. This is killed with a borrowed sword in the foundation, and a play in front of the whole world. Let's add this up. 19, 23, 30, 33. Yes. Can you get any more obvious than yes? Okay, so were the royals behind this? Yes. They're just keeping their sweet appearance. This is all the structure of the royals, and they wanted to get this out there. They wanted to get this very harsh, very direct, very clear criticism of Meghan and Harry. Hey, why don't you just shut the F up? Okay, that's how upset. This is directly from the royals. Think about it. That's how upset the royals are getting at this woke nonsense and the constant attacks. Okay, didn't Harry and Meghan just say, "We're not going to do anything to bring shame to the crown or the queen"? Didn't they just say this? And then they went and Harry had his awakening. And what's the reaction of the queen? This is like a punch in the face. Shut the F up. This is how upset the royals are getting about this. I think they're going to have to take action very soon. Okay, this is not Middleton's uncle. This is Kate Middleton saying this. This is William saying this, his brother. This is the Queen saying this. They're very upset. Let's review. Has Harry had an awakening? These are all the family and structure cards. He's been cut off and now he's been killed. It's like he's dead and resurrected from the grave. Harry, Lazarus, Harry Lazarus. what did they call him in the army? Harry, it wasn't Mountbatten. Harry Mountbatten? No. Harry Windsor. Harry Lazarus Windsor. So is dead and cut off. And this is a very clever strategy to make a whole bunch of sweaty money, to get a big sweaty pile of money in their hands, which that's not royal. Is Meghan in complete control of Harry? Yes, in the sickest way possible. She is absolutely, she's wearing the pants, she's imposing her will, but he's a willing hostage at this point. He is a willing hostage. He is Patricia Hearst. She's got the machine gun and going into the banks. He's a willing hostage. He doesn't believe he can escape. Is Meghan trying to make it impossible vindictively for Harry ever to return to the royals? Yes. This could not be clearer. Yes. This is mean. This is really mean. She's completely killing him and making it impossible for him to return. Are the royals behind this? Yes, they absolutely are. Okay, so the royals are so upset now. They tapped Middleton's uncle and said, go out on social media and tell him to shut the F up. Wow. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.